Okay, Ms. Bartlett and I are going to sit here and work some problems for you. We're asked to evaluate -3 plus -20. And I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start putting it on a number line. And let's see, I got to start somewhere. So how about at 0? And I'm going to add this -3 because we're doing nothing but adding. I'm going to add the -3 to the number line, and it goes something like this. I'm going to go to the 3 units to the left because it's a negative number, so I'm going in the negative direction. And that puts me at -3. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this -20. Starting at 3, I'm going to add -20. So I'm going to go 20 units to the left because that is a negative number. So I'm going to go in the negative direction. And if that is -20, then we should be at -23. So -3 plus -20 equals -23. Two negative numbers added together just give you a larger negative number.
Evaluate the following: -5 at -13. Go ahead and start by drawing a number line. Find our 0 point and go ahead to the left direction for 5, leaving us at -5. And we're going to add to that -13. So we're going to go left one more time. In this case, 13 more spaces, for a total of -18. It's going to be -5 at -13, give us a total of -18.
Evaluate -18 minus -10. Well, before I start grappling with this, I'm going to rewrite some things. I'm going to look at this -18. And we're going to switch this to addition. Well, then the question is, what am I adding? Well, I'm adding this stuff over here, and this is where I'm going to rewrite some things. This right here. This is what I'm adding. Now, so this is -18 plus what? Now, we come over here and look at this. What is this? This right here says the opposite. The opposite, and we're multiplying. So this is the opposite of -10, and the opposite of -10 is +10. So that's what we're adding. I just moved this stuff over so I could work with it by itself, and looked at it that way. The opposite of -10, and that is +10. Okay, so now what I need to do is add these numbers to the number line. And if I start, let's say right about there, there's 0. I'm going to add this number right here to the number line as -18. So I go to the left because it's negative, 18 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, and there it is at -18. Now I add +10. I'm going to add 10 units to the number line, but I'm going to go in a positive direction. I'm switching colors on you. So I'm going to start at -18. That's where I'm at, and I'm going to go 10 units in a positive direction. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here we are. Now the question is, well, where are we? Well, if we go back at 0 and start counting back to this number here, we are at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are at -8. So, -18 plus +10 is -8.
So we're going to evaluate -16 minus 11. And we're going to go ahead and separate this operation with parentheses. Now keep in mind they're not necessary, but will help us understand the separation between our numbers and the operation. And in this case, it's asking us to subtract, but since there's no such thing as subtraction, we're going to go ahead and add negative 16 plus, what are we going to add? Well, the opposite of 11. In this case, it'll be negative 11. So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and draw our number line. And we'll start at 0. We're going to move left 16 spaces. We'll end up at negative 16. And we're going to add negative 11. So that means we're going to move left again for another 11 spaces, for a total of negative 27.
Okay, we're evaluating negative 20 minus negative 15. So this is negative 20 minus negative 15. Okay, now that is negative 20, and I'm not going to subtract, I'm going to add. And instead of subtracting negative 15, I'm going to add the opposite, and the opposite of negative 15 is positive 15. Okay, so I'm just adding negative 20 plus 15. So we can do it on the number line, and if we start at 0 and I go 20 units to the left, which is negative, I'm at negative 20. Let me change colors for you real quick. And if I add this positive 15, well, positive 15, that goes to the right, and I'm going to go 15 units to the right, and that's about there. That's 15 units, and that leaves me at negative 5. So negative 20 plus 15 is negative 5. Okay, this final problem, we are taking the 20 and subtracting negative 12. Well, I'm going to take the 20, and instead of subtracting, I'm going to add. And instead of subtracting negative 12, I'm going to add the opposite of negative 12, which is positive 12. Now that's a regular elementary problem. It's just simply 20 plus 12, and that is 32.